Okay, so Kathy Hochul needs to just quit. She's never been that popular in the first place. She only became governor because Andrew Cuomo screwed up. She barely got elected in 2022. And now to make things worse, she's latching herself onto Zohran Mamdani. And yeah, she just got booed pretty hard at one of his events. For Kathy Hochul, it's important to remember the only reason why this woman is governor of New York right now is because of a transgender hooker. Playing that in 2011, this man right here, Congressman Chris Lee, sent this photo to a transgender prostitute over Craigslist who he's trying to solicit, and of course, you know he was a Republican. Because of that scandal, Kathy Hochul was able to win a special election in Congress where she promised to be this moderate Democrat who'd work with the Blue Dog Coalition and work with Republicans, but then that ultimately didn't work for her because just a year later she lost re-election in 2012. But then Kathy Hochul lucked out again in 2014 because after she left Congress she was working a corporate job, but then this man right here, Robert Duffy, who was Andrew Cuomo's first lieutenant governor, said he wasn't going to seek re-election because he had back issues. During that time, Andrew Cuomo was also getting a primary from this woman right here, Zephyr Teachout, who was way more left-wing than him, and she made this claim that Cuomo didn't support equal pay laws. Because that, Andrew Cuomo made Kathy Hochul his lieutenant governor when he was running for re-election, where the goal was to appeal to moderates, appeal to upstate New York voters, but still also appeal to women at the same time, and he even formed his own party called the Women's Equality Party just to go against Zephyr Teachout. Cuomo becomes Cuomo, resigns in disgrace in 2021, and Kathy Hochul becomes the new governor. And she ends up picking this man right here, Antonio Delgado, who's a congressman from my district in upstate New York, and he ends up becoming lieutenant governor, but the two don't like each other very fast. Big disagreement being after Joe Biden completely failed in that debate and showed his brain was fried, Antonio Delgado became the first statewide elected person to call on Joe Biden to resign, but because of that, Kathy Hochul was pissed off, so she actually locked Delgado out of his office, saying he overstepped his bounds. Because that, Antonio Delgado, who's still lieutenant governor, is primarying Kathy Hochul, which is the first time a lieutenant governor has primaried their own governor in decades. Now Kathy Hochul's afraid. She sees Zohran Mamdani beating Andrew Cuomo in the mayoral primary, and she's worried Antonio Delgado might do that to her, so she decided to endorse Zohran Mamdani, go hard left, to try and keep that support. She just spoke at an event with Zohran, but she absolutely screwed it up and got a horrible reaction from the crowd. And just starting off with what she did wrong, she actually pronounced Zohran's name wrong 4 different times in 4 different ways while she was speaking right next to him. The other problem is Kathy Hochul doesn't actually agree with Zohran on that many issues, even though she's trying to make herself seem like a Zohran supporter, where she has said numerous times before she is not going to raise taxes $1 on the wealthy, so when she was speaking, she had chants against her saying tax the rich, tax the rich. The only reason Kathy Hochul's doing this right now is she's afraid she's the next Andrew Cuomo. She's afraid that her approvals have never been that high, and Antonio Delgado is going to be the next Zohran and somehow usurp her in the polls, and because of that, she's trying to latch herself onto the hard left to avoid a resistance while she keeps the establishment. And I don't know how that's going to work. She probably does get the nomination again, Delgado doesn't, but with that, this is Red, Blue, and You. I'm Charles Peralta. Please subscribe to learn something.